Yay, what's up, guys? So, pretty recently I was told that I should probably start putting music in my videos, but this is probably the kind of video that you don't really want music to. So, just real quick, that downpipe was a beast to get out, but I got it. There's a few things that they don't tell you when you look at all the other different videos and things like that, that I really wanted to just kind of go through and explain. This is in no way an install, because as you can see, there's nothing down in there yet. You see the hole right there. But I just wanted to explain just a couple things real quick. First of all, make sure you have gloves because you're going to scratch your arms up like crazy. To get this off, you're going to need to take off the under tray. Yes, it's a dirty garage. The under tray is just sort of the middle piece, not the full under tray, but this includes where you pop out for the oil, and then you have your other pop off here for the other fluid. Basic under tray. Took off the passenger wheel, and then I also took out that wheel well over here. You're going to need to take every single one of the heat shields off, including the heat shields that are going to be on your stock downpipe. This is just the top piece because I already removed the bottom piece when I installed that NVIDIA test pipe. Ignore the corona. But when I installed the NVIDIA test pipe, it's a test pipe downpipe combo here. And then this is what I'm going to be installing, which is the MAP open dump downpipe. So once this is installed, it's going to be a lot easier to rotate them if I ever wanted to. But this was a beast. So it's positioned in the car, turned sideways like this here. Okay. This first bolt up top, you can see that the first one, the first one, the second one, and the third one, you can get from the top of the car. They're going to be pretty easy. The fourth bolt, nobody tells you that it's connected to a brace in the body of the car. And this bolt is actually really soft. So you can see I kind of stripped it a little bit. See in there. So I got tired of that, and once I got under the car, I just took it off the chassis here. Figured I'll just take this off and pop it back on, or maybe I'll just leave it off because at that point, it's really not worth it. This bolt here, it's difficult to get to. You got to get to that from the bottom of the car. And then right here is the nut. And this nut has a stud that comes in this way that you're going to get from the driver's side right here. So all the bolts minus the stud all come from the passenger side. The driver's side is what you're going to get from the stud bolt down there. They're all 14 millimeters all around. Looking in the engine bay, not only did you have to remove all the heat shields, you got to remove the strut bar. Make sure though when you jack up the car that you put these bolts back in. Because if you don't, your wheels are going to drop down and it's going to waste more time pushing them back up to get in there. So, very important to put those back on. The last bolt I told you about, which is the stud, which you have to get back in here on this side. The only way to get that is to remove the wastegate. Because this bar is going to be in the way of that bolt. The bolt sits right underneath where it pops up here on the wastegate. So it's probably like that much down, kind of where that pink dot is. So you want to remove the two bolts from there. They're like a 10 millimeter, 11 something, whatever they are. Two bolts, slide that out, take the pin out, pop that out. Then there is one more heat shield, which is this little piece right here. That's going to be right over top of the driver axle. You look down here, it sits right there. You can see the two bolts, one there and one there. You want to take that out so you can get some arm movement in there. And then once you get that done, what you can do at that point, you go into the car. You can actually put one arm inside that way, the other arm that way, and just lay sideways. You can reach two arms up there to get the rest of the bolts and everything down that you need. So I didn't want to have to take all this off, but it made the job a lot easier. So now the last step that I need to do, since this one did not come with a stud bolt, the majority of them do not, is I'll just tap this stud bolt out with a hammer and then just tap it into the new downpipe, and then we'll be good to go. So before you start this whole process though, once you get your under tray and everything done, make sure you take the bottom half of this downpipe off. This is the annoying one. You'll notice it because you'll have two spring bolts. These things grind as you're taking them out. Once you got it out, you should be pretty good. Once you get that out, that's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Probably minus the manifold. That sucks. And you want to take it out before you get too high of miles and everything seizes up. Make sure you also spray a lot of PB Blaster to loosen up the bolts. And get yourself something to drink because you're going to need it. Take it slow. Do it on the weekend. I took 2 days to take that off. Taking about an hour and a half each day, so about 3 hours to get that off. It was frustrating. It was annoying. But now that it's done, it's worth it. So, again, not an install video. Just a couple pointers you need to think about when you're taking this off. All right, guys.